Let's go back to the beginning.
I told you everything.
I understand this is difficult, Michael.
I don't know where she is. And even if I did, I'd never tell you.
Man, I guess getting punched, made to walk through shitty water, getting dragged through a crack house, and having to kill that f***ing clown really ages you. You're probably wondering if I'm supposed to be a specific vampire, and I am. It's Vampire Mike, my Bitmoji. With Halloween on Tuesday, it's the last weekend for your big spooky countdown, until it starts again at 365 on Wednesday. With only a few days left before All Hallows Eve, you're undoubtedly making one last push on seasonal movies and television. The debut of the winning series from Crypt TV and Full Screen's El Terror contest is live. Last fall, Crypt TV co-founder Eli Roth, Danny Trejo, and social star Julia Kelly judged entries from filmmakers across the country. Creators Jordan Harris and Kate Freund came away as the big winners. The winning entry, Afterlife, was announced this summer while it was simultaneously being filmed into a 5-part miniseries. Their series follows sisters Eve, who recently attempted suicide and was dead for 3 minutes, and Angie, who takes her in during the recovery process despite the protests from her boyfriend Nick. Maybe listening to Nick isn't the worst idea, since something sinister seems to have followed Eve back from the afterlife. All episodes of the visually impressive series dropped on October 26th on the streaming app. And if you don't already have Full Screen, you can grab it in the App Store and start your free trial. Now, there are certain things that are just iconic of Halloween. Jack-o'-lanterns, witches, ghosts, and candy. Mars Candy, makers of Snickers, Skittles, Starburst, M&Ms, and so much more, stepped up their game this year with their advertising. Instead of traditional ads, the company commissioned 4 2-minute short films and ran them as the Bite-Sized Film Festival on Fox instead of commercials. They're actually all super creepy, and I highly recommend checking them out, especially Floor 9.5, which is based around a scrap of paper with someone being followed from the front written on it. If you missed them on TV, you can see all 4 at Fox.com. Like I said, jack-o'-lanterns are another iconic symbol of the season, which is why it's so timely that our friends at Dead Peasant just launched the crowdfunding campaign for the 3rd issue of Blood and Gourd. Now, I'm a huge fan of this book, and I love their first 2 issues, so I can't wait to see what pumpkin spice goodness they come up with for their latest installment. For a closer look and to support the campaign, head to WeBleedHalloween.com. Tom Burgess is also back with his 3rd graphic novella, but there's no wait as Hallows Fell is available right now. Tom, who you may know from his previous works like The Eyrie and Malevolence, continues to dig into the English countryside with his latest work about a businessman rushing to get home to his fiancée, only to have something else hungry for his attention. Featuring a foreword from Corin Hardy, the director of the upcoming Conjuring spin-off The Nun, it's now available from HallowsFell.com. And I'd be remiss if I talked about all these comics and I didn't also mention a huge comic book adaptation that probably took a lot of you by surprise. Surprise in that you probably weren't expecting The New Mutants to be a horror movie. From director Josh Boone, who's also working on several upcoming Stephen King adaptations, the film stars Maisie Williams, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Heaton, and Blue Hunt. Look for oh so much more on The New Mutants soon. A great way to spend your Halloween weekend is to head to a convention for a couple days of horror immersion. I was lucky enough to get to Spooky Empire in Orlando a couple of years ago, and it's just one of the many cons and film fests syncing up with the holiday this year. Now, if you're lucky enough to get to one, keep an eye out for The Child Remains. From Canadian filmmaker Michael Melski and inspired by true events, the film follows a married couple with a baby on the way who are spending what's supposed to be a romantic weekend at a quaint little inn, which sounds like a great plan. Except, the inn was once a maternity home with a sinister past. Just how sinister? Well, Google Butterbox Babies and let your imagination run with it. The Child Remains is currently making the festival rounds, so keep an eye out for a screening near you. And of course, if you don't want to leave the confines of your house, you can always do a little Netflix and thrill this weekend. You see what I did there? Because, and I don't want to oversell this, Stranger Things is back. Set on Halloween 1984, which, fun fact, was when I took my first steps, the long-awaited 2nd season of the hit throwback dropped today. So get ready to head back to Hawkins, Indiana with a bunch of kids who haven't grown up at all. Seriously, you won't even notice. You can binge the new season of Stranger Things right now. So what are your plans for the Halloween weekend? What are you dressing up as? Let us know in the comments, and remember, Fright Hype and Crypt TV are all over the internet. Until next time, keep the horror on the screen and off the street. I'll see you then. Happy Halloween.
Watch new scary vids every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.